Yo, fantasy football.
Yo, what is going on? This is your guy, Ant Dunstan, and I'm with my boy, Will Tay. It is week 11 of the NFL season, and this is the witching weeks playing off of the red zone. But this is when wins become losses and losses become wins. And hopefully our insight can help gear you guys down the stretch, get you some more depth on your benches, get you prepared for maybe some injuries down the stretch, some people falling on the COVID list. So we are giving you some of our pivotal picks heading into week 11. And hopefully we will help you guys make some quality decisions heading into the waiver wire. So, Will, my brother, what's going on, man? How you been?
Man, doing well. Glad to be back. Glad to be recording. Glad to be doing this again. My teams aren't doing the best, but I'm happy to talk about football with you, my brother, for these next 8 weeks here.
Yeah, man. This is a good time. Good time if you are still have a chance for playoffs in fantasy, but still a good time for football. This is when teams start making playoffs, and it's definitely gonna be a lot to talk about. So heading into week 11, who are you going with your first pick on the week 11 waves?
My first pick on the Week 11 waves, and I think I'm going with Tim Patrick.
Denver Broncos?
Yeah, playing on the Denver Broncos, bro. I think this is going to be a big week with him, man. He's getting more targets. He's looking better. He's not hurt.
Yeah.
I think that he is. If you need a if you need a wide receiver this week, he'd be a good stream as well. So I'm gonna go with Tim Patrick. That's who I'm aiming for personally because I got Robert Woods, and I think Tim Patrick's gonna have a better game than him.
Okay, you like Jerry Judy? You like Hamler? Hamler's been looking pretty good too lately. And Drew Lock is the real question. He may be hurt. So if he is hurt, you still like Tim Patrick as your number one pick?
I gotta go with him. I gotta go with Tim Patrick. I think
Yeah.
so. I know Jerry Judy and Hamler. I know that they're there. I just see Drew Luck. I just see Tim Patrick like Cortland Sutton light. You know, that's what he
Yeah.
does. That's his role. He's the most. If there was a quote unquote alpha, he has the seniority over him. Even though obviously Jerry Judy is the most talented receiver on the team. I
Well,
think
he's the best route runner.
absolutely he's a
Yeah.
beast. So
Yeah, he's
yeah, I'm
incredible.
going with Tim Patrick. What about you?
I'm going with Naeem Hines. He's only rostered in 42% of Yahoo leagues. They play Green Bay, who is terrible versus the run. And as we all know, he looked like the best running back last week, in my opinion. And versus who they go with? Who they play last week? Uh,
The Titans.
yeah, he killed the Titans. But
Hmm.
great game. He looked way better than Jonathan Taylor. To me, he looked better than Wilkins for sure. But the only problem I have with Naeem Hines is he did the same thing in week one, and then week two, he only had like one touch. So it is a little bit concerning that you never know what the Colts are going to do, Frank Wright
Hmm.
and that coaching staff. But last week, he gave you 28.5 PPR points. He finished the game with 70 rushing yards, 45 receiving yards, had 6 targets, 5 catches, and a rushing touchdown. So he's definitely going to be a great play. Again, Green Bay's defense isn't great. So I just think is a great play this week heading into week 11. And again, it looks like they're going to ride with the hot hand, and he's looked very explosive lately. So if he's having a good game, has a good start, I think he'd be the guy that the Colts are going to ride next week.
Got you. Yeah, I think
Uh,
you're onto something with that one for sure.
we going with number two.
Number two, I like Keelan Cole, Keelan Cole Senior. I
Yeah,
think
Keelan
his
Cole's our
target,
boy.
he's his target share has been going up and up. It's rivaling DJ Chark for who that alpha dog is, and I think he's kind of more useful because he's in that slot position. They're running him. You've seen him run the ball. He's crazy. He's a senior as well. That means he's a grown man. But yeah, every game it seems that his target share is going up, and he looks like the real deal, especially with Luton. Is that his
Yeah,
name, Jay Luton?
yeah.
Yeah, he looks like the real deal with him as well. DJ Chark is still there, obviously, and they're going to throw the ball to James Robinson and use Curtis Samuel like their support. Curtis Samuel. Is Curtis? No, that's
No,
not
he's
Curtis
with
Samuel.
the
Yeah,
Panthers.
I'm thinking about the Panthers. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, y'all. But they're going to use him. But yeah, I think Keelan Cole is going to be a solid pickup as well. That's kind of going under the radar for a while now.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's on my list too. He's only 23% rostered in Yahoo leagues. They do play Pittsburgh this week, which isn't as scary as their run defense. But to your point, the target share is definitely there. He has chemistry with this new quarterback. Last week, he had 7 targets, 47 yards, and he had a touchdown returning, which is always a good thing. Also, because that's always give you more opportunities for guys that play receiver and then also play special teams, kick return, punt return, things like that. So I definitely like Keelan Cole. He's definitely, like you said, it's been slept on for a while. I think he should have probably been picked up a while back. But again, it's so much talent at receiver position. I do understand why he's still in the waves. But if you guys can, go grab him. Again, in Yahoo leagues, he is only 23% rostered. The next guy I have on my list, though, is Salvon Ahmed for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And he showed out. He's pretty good last week for a couple weeks now. But last week, he gave you 85 rushing yards on 20-plus carries. Gaskins is out. They just released Jordan Howard, and Breda, as we all know, is always hurt. And again, another thing reason why I like Ahmed is because if they were going to give Breda a chance, they probably would have got one earlier this year, even before they gave Myles Gaskin the pretty much the ropes to do his thing. So I really like this guy, Ahmed. He just looks good, passes the eye test, like I said earlier. Wasn't really involved in a receiving game last week, which is a little concerning. But again, he looked really explosive, found the end zone, and his defense is pretty good. So I should give him more opportunities. I know typically you don't talk about a defense and an offensive stack, but that's a pretty good stack to me. They play good defense. They turn the ball over. And they give them good positions to get in scoring, like the scoring opportunity range. So I like Ahmed a lot. He's second on my list. And they play Denver this week, who is a pretty good run defense. But again, getting 20-plus carries, that's all you can ask for out of your running back if he gets that again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have him in second as well. He was intriguing because I was watching that game, and I'm like, who the heck is that? And they was pronouncing it correctly. Shout out to whatever network I was watching. They was pronouncing it correctly and everything. It was but he looked like a good like random receiver. He looked like he knew what he was doing.
What would be the wrong way to pronounce it?
Ame, anything that is not what it's supposed to be.
Not what it is. For sure, brother.
Bro, what you think about Kalen Ballage, bro?
Kalen Ballage, I like him a lot. Ex-Dolphin. He's not on my waiver wire pickup this week, but again, I do really like him. But the thing is you just don't know who's going to really get the touches in that offense with Lynn. And then also Herbert likes to throw it a lot. So we'll see. I know Justin Jackson is probably going to be out, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he's hurt, so I think he's going to be out. I know that Eckler posted that video recently saying that he's back. It looks like he's finally got his explosion back from that injury he had. So who knows how much longer this Chargers committee backfill will still be, I guess, relevant. If Eckler is back, maybe it'll be just him and Kelly, or maybe just him, and it could be Ballage because Ballage looks explosive. But Tremaine Pope is another guy who 2 weeks ago looked good, but last week he didn't really get any opportunity. So interesting. I like Ballage. I don't have him in my top list, but he's a guy that I probably would target definitely in some of these deeper leagues. Is he next on your list?
No, he's not next. Just was a random guy. Some people might out there they might be thinking about. What about Kalen Ballage? He had 18 rushes last week. He was in 6 targets. He was
looking good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like what I see from him. Definitely, Anthony Lynn likes his running backs, but who knows, man? It's just that offense is tricky. But because they just like to throw so much. So I know Anthony Lynn would like to run more often, but they get behind and then they have to start passing and catch up. So who knows? Since we're throwing out randoms, what do you think about Taysom Hill?
Bro, that was about to be my tight end sleeper, quarterback sleeper combo.
Yeah, man. He's if you guys don't know, in ESPN leagues, I'm not in any ESPN leagues, but they have made him eligible as a tight end, which means he can probably play in your flex position. So Yahoo hasn't made the change yet, but you like him? I love him. If you can get him as a tight end, that is a cheat code.
Yeah, that I was thinking about that. That was going to be my tight end ad for sure off the waiver wire. Go ahead and get yourself a Taysom Hill, a guy that does it all.
That'll be like I was reading. I think it might have been Yahoo comments, one of these rabbit holes I was going down. But someone said that what's his name, Samuels from Pittsburgh would love him at tight end because I don't know if you remember, but last year Yahoo had a glitch where they put Jalen Samuels as a tight end, even though he's a running back. So it was just like a little funny joke, but this could really happen. Taysom Hill may become tight end eligible across all platforms right now, again, only in ESPN, but just imagine that. Sean Payton loves this guy. He'll get passing stats. He'll get receptions. He'll get rush yards. He'll get touchdowns. That is like a cheat code. Like at tight end, that'll be better than a lot of the production out of a bunch of tight ends in the current landscape of the tight end world. Man, if I'm in an ESPN league, I'm putting in a claim for him ASAP.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless you have like Kelsey or something, then that's a different story.
Not even Kelsey can save you. Let me tell you that.
But I guess getting back on track, those are both of our sleeper picks. My next guy was just my third. I'm gonna go with Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts. They played Green Bay again. Obviously, I said that earlier with Hines, but he's only owned or rostered in 10% of Yahoo leagues. But I think last week might be somewhat of a breakout game. He had 7 receptions, 8 targets, 101 yards. He didn't get into the end zone, but I mean that's just sometimes how that's where the buck stops. You don't get into the end zone, but he had a great game. And he also had like 21 rushing yards. So to see them trying to find ways to get him involved, he could be that guy. He's a big target that Phillip Rivers really tries to get to, even though they spread the ball out a bunch in Indianapolis. But he looked really, really good. I know a lot of people were big on him earlier this year, but he had that injury. But again, if he can stay healthy down the stretch, this might be a guy that you want to get on your team, joining an already explosive, fantastic, wonderful, you name it, wide receiver class that we're seeing this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Pittman is just, everything you just said right there, bro. They are as advertised this year. Those new wide receivers, every single one of them.
Yeah, every single one of them. Ayuk, Lamb, Jefferson, Pittman coming out, Claypool, like you name them, man, they got them. And then even the other guys that are just on the low or been hurt, Rager's pretty good, Hamler is good. So it's just a fantastic wide receiver class. T. Higgins, how could I forget that? He's balling. So, man, this guy Pittman, it might be a guy that you guys want to target next. Who you have on your list next, brother? I think you had number 3 or number 4.
I'm at number 3. Number 3. I'm gonna go with Logan Thomas. I think he's an underrated. I was about to say it. Football team.
Oh player. Yeah, don't say it.
I was about to say it.
It doesn't matter what you are.
Goodness gracious, yeah.
The Washington. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Don't say it when you get demonetized. Don't do it,
man.
But I think a solid tight end. Especially if you need one. Last week I didn't have Kelsey, and I should have played him. He did better than Jimmy Grandpa. He had 6 targets.
A goose egg?
Jimmy goose egg, bro. It's crazy.
That was terrible. Yikes.
I never seen it in my life. He had the same points I had.
Man, and you was watching him.
Yep. But if I would have picked Logan Thomas, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 66 yards. That's better than 0.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he gets a lot of targets converted. He used to be a quarterback, so he's still learning position, but he's soft hands and big target, man.
Big target, soft.
That's gang. That's my squad, even though we're not looking that good this year. I like Logan. That's a good pickup.
I think Logan Thomas. What's number 4 for you, bro?
I'm on 5. My 4th was Keelan Cole. So you were right, but like I said, it was Keelan Cole earlier when you put him in your list. So my 5th one is Josh Reynolds with the Rams. This boy I've been liking Josh Reynolds for a couple years now, and might be the time to start playing this guy. I mean, that offense is starting to open up through the air. I mean, Cooper Kupp has had a few good games lately. Josh Reynolds has been on a silent tear. I mean, last week he gave you 8 receptions, 10 targets for 94 yards. In week 9, or my bad, week 8, because they had a bye last week, he had 9 targets. And then he had double-digit fantasy performances in week 6 and 7, and he found an end zone in both of those games. So he's a sneakily good player, consistent. He's starting to find a consistent floor. So he's a guy that I would definitely try to target. This week he has Tampa Bay, which isn't the best matchup. The defense is pretty solid. But again, he has Cooper Kupp and Woods there with that running game, so he may not be seeing the best coverages. So he gets open a lot. He is another big target, good hands. He's a deep threat. So I really like Josh Reynolds. It looks like Goff has a pretty good chemistry with him this year, last year also. So this is a guy that I think, maybe 12-man leagues for sure. But even in some 10-man leagues, 8-man leagues, maybe not 8-man, but 10-man leagues, you definitely might want to pick this guy up if you, heading out into these bye weeks this week. He's a guy that I really think that could get the job done, and again, could get lost in that defense with everything else going on in Los Angeles. Tampa Bay's defense might not be able to keep up with this guy. So I really like Josh Reynolds. He's finishing my list off as my number 5 waiver wire pickup. What are you finishing with your list? Will Tay, drum rolls, please.
Tight end of the Dallas Cowboys, Dalton Schultz. If you need another tight end.
That is a good one.
We don't know what's going on with Dallas. I just traded Zeke for AB. That's what's going on with Dallas.
There
that's what's going on with Dallas.
I wonder who you made that trade with. That was a good cha-ching. That was a good one for you. AB been eating more than Zeke lately.
AB about to get kicked out of the NFL, but we talk about that later.
Nah, the homeowners association, they not going to press charges. He just felt like he was getting special treatment when he just want to fit in. That's it. That's it. Okay. So he good. NFL gonna do a little investigation, and they're gonna say, "Oh, they didn't even try." He's good. And now that just means he about to score a touchdown this week. Just so
that's what I said. I'm playing, dude.
You better play him. You ain't play him last week, did you?
Nope. I didn't even matter. Dalton Schultz. I think.
Dalton Schultz. Your team is actually nice though in our league, our 10-man league. It just bad luck of the draw with your
best of times of the world. It's been a fun season though. I will say that. Ain't nobody even want to bet me either.
And it still ain't over. It still ain't over. Still ain't over either.
Nah, it ain't over.
You can still muck it up for some folks. You can make it interesting down the stretch.
That's what I plan to do.
But Dalton Schultz, my bad. We keep getting beside the point. Dalton Schultz.
I mean, the last 2 games, he's had 15 targets and completed 10 of them. So I think he's going to be getting targeted at least 7 times a game. I'm not sure if Andy Dalton's coming back or what happened to that guy.
He should be back this week.
He should be.
Like he's going to be.
They did their last game before the bye. They looked like they had a little bit of spry in them too. The whole Dallas Cowboy team. Zeke was looking like he still has something in the tank. That line looked like they could hold up, which is most important to get Zeke to be able to run and stuff like that. And they just love targeting their tight ends. He's a big old target, man. He's a big old target.
Yeah, he is. Good hands. Yep.
And I think for touchdowns, if they get to the red zone, he's going to get one of those targets. Obviously Zeke's going to eat. He's going to get one of those, and it might be Amari or CD. I
got him. I think I'm playing him this week, but that's a different topic for a different day.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, man. Dalton Schultz. Make sure you guys go grab him. Tight end position is thin, super razor thin. So he's a guy that if he's still available in your league, make sure you snatch him up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all we have for our waiver picks. Hopefully my picks will help you. Will's picks will help you. We had some picks that we agreed upon, so hopefully we can help you. But we're gonna scoot right along.
Don't at me.
Don't at me when you take these L's. But at me if you get these W's, please. Thursday night football, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks, and looks to be another shootout. Should be a fun game. We saw what happened in that first matchup that they had. This is a division rivalry game. This should be fun. We got Russell, let him cook Wilson versus Cardiac Kyler Murray. Hail Murray. Another guy I picked up in the trade talk. Man, I be wheeling and dealing. On Yahoo, you give you the badges. I get these wheeling and dealing badges, big badges. But yeah, man, it should be a fun one, brother. So we're obviously starting Kyler. Is that right?
I believe so.
We're obviously starting Russ. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, perfect. We're obviously starting Nook. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. You see what he did? He called game last week.
I called game. Yeah, he definitely did. So, okay. So those are the 3 givens. We're going to give you all of those just to give you some fun facts. Russell Wilson gave you 32.92 fantasy points per game. Last time these two played, he had 388 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He also threw 3 interceptions, which he's been doing a lot of lately. 6 rushes for 84 yards. Kyler gave you 38.1 PPR points, 360 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, 67 rush yards, and, of course, a rushing touchdown. And Nook gave you 24.3 fantasy points per game, 10 receptions on 12 targets, 103 yards, and a touchdown. And how could we forget the game that Tyler Lockett gave you guys last time these two played? He gave you guys 53 PPR points. Your man went for 200 receiving yards and not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns on a whopping 15 receptions on 20 targets. That boy had a career night last time they played. But the problem this game is he's dealing with a knee sprain and he might not even play. So I just wanted to give him that grand finale recap because he might not play Thursday. So he might not even be in your lineup.
Short week.
Other than those other 3 guys, who else you playing this week, Will? Let's start with the Cardinals.
You know who I'm playing.
Kenyon Drake.
He's back, folks. He's back. Second half. It's Kenyon Drake season. I'm doubling, tripling, quadrupling down.
You have both of those guys. Are you going to play both of them? Him and Chase Edmonds.
I might as well.
Is Chase Edmonds have any value?
Yeah, I think honestly, and this is me not being biased about Kenyon Drake. I think that Chase Edmonds in the PPR, you can flex him every week. Honestly, he'll get you 10 points. He's like James White, Burkhead. You know, he's gonna get 3 to 5 receptions. He's probably gonna catch them all, get you maybe 50, 60 receptions.
Old James White, my bad. I got to go back.
Yeah, old James White, new Burkhead.
Yeah, the new Burkhead, Dirkhead. But yeah, my bad. Continue on, carry on, as my man Hendrick Perkins would say.
Nah, yeah, I just I think so. I think they're both. Relevant in different situations. One could be a flex, so your point shot to play them both. But I just like we talk about sheer volume.
Yeah,
Kenyon Drake will get you 20 carries. Now he's not gonna get you a touchdown because of Kyler.
But hey, man, that's what you signed up for. When you play Kenyon Drake, that's what you signed up for. Just give you guys some background. The first game, Kenyon Drake did not play good. He had 34 rush yards, 1 reception, 7 yards. But Chase Edmonds had a great game, 21.5 fantasy points, 5 for 58 rush yards on 5 carries is what I mean, 5. But then he gave you 7 receptions on 7 targets for 87 receiving yards. So
was that the game he got hurt, Kenyon Drake?
It might be. I can't remember. I think it is, actually. You talking about Drake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what those 2 guys did that first game. A guy I'm playing from Arizona is Christian Kirk. He's been boomer bust, which is what he's been kind of like the last 2 years.
Which is right up our alley.
Yeah, right up our alley. You're right, man. So I gotta find somebody. Stephon Diggs, who has been a monster this year, is on bye. So I have Christian Kirk. I don't know if I'm playing him yet. As I said earlier, I'm thinking about him, CeeDee Lamb, or Jacoby Myers. And Nyheim Hines. I'm debating at that flex spot because if I go Lamb at wide receiver 2, do I go Kirk? So I'm still debating on my lineup, but I like Christian Kirk. He had a good game last time. He didn't have many receiving yards, but he had 2 touchdowns in their first meeting, and I think that has a lot to do with Nook getting so much attention, and it also has to do with Seattle just being so bad on defense. So I like the matchup. Christian Kirk, again, first game he got 8 targets, 5 catches. Didn't have a great game last week, but again, it is what it is. The 2 games before that, he had huge weeks. So Christian Kirk is a guy that if I were you guys, I would play him at that wide receiver 3 flex position. Again, if you have a big wide receiver on bye like I do this week, maybe you have to put him at that wide receiver 2, definitely in deeper leagues. So he's a guy that I would take a chance on, again, just because I like the matchup so much. You playing anybody else from Arizona? Isabella?
And Isabella. I told you I want out of the Arizona business. I keep telling you that I want out of the whole business, but
I just got into it. I like it so far. Kyler, the first game on the Cozy Boys, my man threw I call a game. He threw a gamer.
Oh, you have Kyler now? Yeah, I'm definitely playing Kenyon Drake this week. Absolutely playing Kenyon Drake.
We go.
We gonna make it.
Let's go. We're gonna make it. All right, guys. So that's Kyler Murray, Nook. Will says play Drake. I say play Christian Kirk. We both say Edmonds will be a good flex play. So that's your guys from Arizona. Let's move over to Seattle. Again, Tyler Lockett is dealing with a knee sprain. Are you playing DK Metcalf?
See, that's real debatable because 2 weeks ago, I was calling him Julio Jr., and this week I called him Will Fuller. So I'm not sure about DK. Is supposed to be this big beast. Last week he looked. I'm confused right now. But you drafted him and he got you 30 points a few weeks ago. You gonna play him? You got to.
Yeah, you're going to play him. That's true. Definitely if Tyler Lockett doesn't play, then you're going to play him. But to Will's point last week was Jalen Ramsey blanket, so I don't blame him. But let's talk about the last time these two played. DK was a bum. Wasn't the Jalen Ramsey blanket. It was the Peterson blanket. He only had a 4.3 fantasy points per game, PPR, and he had 2 receptions on 3 targets for 23 yards. So
4.3 points. That's easy math.
and he's coming off a bad game, so that can either mean he's going to have a great game or it's going to be some more tough sledding. Again, if Lockett doesn't play, that's even more attention on him, which either could be a good thing because he'll get more opportunities, or it could be a bad thing because he just might not be open. So let's ask this question again. Are you playing DK Metcalf this week?
For those who got him, you got to play him unless you have someone to replace him.
Well, I'm just hoping for the worst. I have I'm playing against him, so I hope I hope he has a quiet game. I have a huge game this week. Playing number 1 guy in our league. I'm number 2. This is going to separate the boys from the men. So I need to win this week, and I need DK to have a bad game. So I'm not playing him. I'm saying don't play him. But no, if I'm not being biased, you got to play DK Metcalf, especially if Tyler Lockett can't go. You got to get him into your lineup. What about these running backs? What are you doing there?
So I'm right on the same boat with you. I play against Chris Carson, so I hope he does not play.
Yeah.
But if he does play, obviously you're gonna play Chris Carson. It's a good matchup. Yeah, he's a start. DJ Dallas, is that his name?
Yeah, DJ Dallas, and Carlos Hyde is practicing again. So
Carlos Hyde is practicing, so hopefully they have a good split.
And Travis Homer has been there too. He's been back last week too. So
yeah, honestly, I wouldn't play anybody who isn't Chris Carson. And then with Chris Carson, caution, he's just coming back. So if I wouldn't play anybody who isn't Chris Carson. Nope. What about you?
That's true. I'm not messing with that running back committee out there in Seattle versus Arizona. But what do you feel about David Moore? If Lockett can't go, and if Lockett can go.
If Lockett can't go, David Moore's going to be a fun flex play for you.
Yeah,
absolutely. I see him probably. He has, but it depends. It depends on which Arizona defense you get. If you get the bad Arizona defense, then Russ is going to cook. Everybody going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the defense like they played last week, maybe a little bit better. I don't know about, but I think I play him. I play him as my RB2, low hour RB2 or low wide receiver 2. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Low wide receiver 2 flex play.
Yeah, I call him a wide receiver 3 flex if Lockett doesn't play. If Lockett plays, then I might get away from him.
Pick up Greg Olsen.
Yeah, that could be better than what Jimmy Graham did last week.
Oh, my.
But that's what we got for you guys. Thursday night game. Again, it should be a fun one. This is a huge game for those guys in real life. And then again, this is a pivotal moment of fantasy football. We're heading into that stretch where it's heading into playoffs, where wins become losses and losses become wins. So I hope we helped you guys out today, and we'll be back later this week. And hopefully we can preview some of these games heading into Sunday and Monday. I'm Ant Dunstan. That's Will Tay 52 on IG, Will Taylor in real life. Follow us, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and we will be at you guys later. Peace.
Later.